Last night for dinner, I had a massive craving for boneless chicken wings. There is this really cool pizza joint that makes some really good ones. They're creamy, full of flavor, just my go to place nowadays. Well, somehow, I guess it's because I was on the go and I was just not really observing what I was doing on the site, and I was also multitasking, talking to someone, just not being in my element, I guess. I somehow ended up ordering the bone-in chicken wings because I thought that I was already signed in, and I pressed the recent order button and I just saw wings, and I'm like, well, they have been default custom before, so why would I need to double, triple, quadruple check like I usually do? So anyways, I get over there, I pick it up, I come home, I open them up, and I see that it's the goddamn bone-in chicken wings. And my instinct, of course, was I'm fucking horrified. I should go back and see if I can get either an exchange or a refund altogether and just go without dinner. But instead, I decided to keep them, and I said, I'm not going to eat them, but I'm going to do the best that I can. And the best that I can is that I pretty much ate the skin and maybe a wee bit of whatever came out attached with the skin, and that's all that I nibbled, and after that I was done. I forgot to mention that ultimately what I ended up doing is I dialed my mom and I said, have you eaten already? Have you brushed your teeth? Because this was later at night. And she said, no, what's up? And then I said, well, it's just that I have some food that I need help taking care of because I know I'm not going to eat it. And then she was like, well, what's in the plate? And I'm like, well, it's chicken wings. She pretty much let out a ah kind of sound. And I knew that she wasn't going to decline because that lady just loves chicken, especially that type of chicken. So I said, well, knock yourself out. I spent 24 fucking dollars on that shit. But at least my mom was able to take advantage of it, so I'm not tripping. But I hated that I was hungry as shit throughout the night. I decided to go without anything. It's time that I told you guys something that you probably already knew or suspected if you have been watching me for years, which is I cannot stand bone-in chicken. And I have made mentions of it before, but I have not actually had a deep dive into what it is that I have against bone-in chicken. I know that bone-in chicken is supposed to be the best kind of chicken, the genuine kind of chicken, the most flavorful, superior kind of chicken, because the flavor comes from the bone. But me personally, I cannot handle sinking my teeth into chicken that has bones, and for my teeth to actually touch the bone and glide across it. Oh, I've had problems with that since I was between 7 or 8 years old. That shit makes me gag. I also hate that gummy part of the chicken that's like on the end of the bone. You chew it and chew it and chew it, and it's just like a piece of gum, and some people can tear through that and eat that and swallow that shit. I just cannot. And then there's like that little veiny piece that especially the leg tends to have. Sometimes that shit used to just weirdly just glide over my throat. I don't know what it was, but it just rubbed against me or got stuck in my teeth. And it was just the worst, terrible sensation. And don't get me started on the smell. The closer the chicken is to the bone, that little area right there where the meat starts changing color a little bit and it gets darker, oh, to me it just stinks so much, and physically it alters me. I was eating with two people, and instantly I was like, my gagging reflex is starting to kick in. I was like internally burping, and I had to like look to the side, and like my mouth started to kind of bubble a little bit. I didn't throw it up, but it had been years since I attempted to mess with bone-in chicken, and it's refreshing to see that I still feel the same, that I'm not making this shit up. It wasn't just like a once or twice kind of experience. No, I hate it. And it's so bad that I tried to fork my way through it. I used two forks and I just fucking couldn't. Even touching it. I don't like touching it. And you guys know that another thing that happens to me is in the past when I tried cooking raw chicken, completely uncooked, freshly murdered chicken, that smell made me pass out twice. And that's why I have never made a video of me cooking chicken, raw chicken. You will never see that shit feature here. And even when somebody else is doing the cooking, I have to be aware that the cooking is taking place or the prep is taking place, because that shit will make me pass out. My dad has two instances, two memories with me legit passing out as he was prepping raw chicken. I just cannot stand it, and touching it and that smell lingering on my fingers and it going under my fingernails, and then the amount of hand washing that I just have to do to get it kind of resembling clean, fresh hands. Oh, I would have to have maybe an old toothbrush, dunk that mess in Clorox, and then rinse it as well as I can, and then apply soap to it and brush my fingernails and the tip of my fingers to get rid of that fucking smell. Because something about the smell of that kind of chicken, it just lingers. That's all I can smell. And it makes me so sick. So there you guys have it. That's my story about chicken with bone. Bone in chicken. Don't offer it to me. Don't show it to me. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to feel it. So keep it to yourself and don't bring it up again. That's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.